Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to MRC eRacing here at Spa-Francorchamps. I'm your host, Sam Kessler, and we have hopefully a wonderful Belgium Grand Prix for you. There is one retirement so far in qualifying. It's only just started, which is me. I kind of forgot to press the go to the spectator button, but oh well, these things happen. We all make mistakes, don't we? But yeah, qualifying's only just started. Nothing's really happened as yet, other than my retirement. We will have a dry qualifying, and I believe we're going to have some light rain during the race. That's one thing I did get to look at quickly before we got in. Hopefully, once we get into the race, everything will be quite quick in doing so. I might drop out of the session and try and rejoin. I believe I actually have another invite, so I might actually do that and take advantage of that, although I'll still probably join. Never mind. Never mind. We'll worry about that another time. But yeah, we're on board at the moment with Ro, who is on an outlap. We've got our telemetry up and running. Don't have names in it, so it's going to be a bit of guesswork from my side. Hopefully I can stay on top of everything that is happening. And hopefully we're going to have a wonderful qualifying. We've got 15 minutes left. So you have quite literally missed absolutely nothing. Got a few flags flying out at the moment, which isn't causing me any problems. So yes, we will get on board then with Ro, who is going to take us on the first flying lap in this red Ferrari. I mean, there are any other colours of Ferrari? I don't think so. As we go on down the very short home straight down towards La Source, turn one, the tight hairpin, we're going to see some contact there during the race. As you come off there, through a little kink here of turn two, as we go down the hill, down towards Eau Rouge, and then a beautiful corners up the hill we go through Radian, linking those together beautifully, and then onto the Camel Straight, little kink here at turn 6, but DRS is wide open. Will we see that in the race? I don't know. I won't expect to see much of it. And we come up towards Lecum, turns 7, 8, and 9. And again, these tight twisting corners. That's a mouthful. Linking once together then into Rivage. Turn 10, a long right-hander, and then throw over to the right as you throw it into turn 11. This corner does catch people out on the exit. They run a little bit too deep and hit that wall and cause themselves all kinds of issues through the long turn 12 of Pouon, and then back up onto the left hand side. You go through Campus, the sort of chicane. It is and it isn't. It's, yeah, I will call it a chicane. Into turn 15, which is Stavlo. And turn 16, the exit of here is so crucial there. That wall just juts out, especially if someone carries a bit too much speed during the race in the wet conditions. They can find themselves in that wall. Up to turn 18 here, that's Blanchimont. And up towards the final two corners, 19 and 20. Chicane, it's called, I call it the bus stop chicane because that's what it used to be called. And power down, keep on the right hand side for the fastest line towards the line. And there you go, Ro comes across with a 44.574. Not too shabby. Right, so let's have a look at who else is out on track. Most people are going to be running the softs, as I say, due to the wet race we've got in store. My Slivish is just missing out sector 2 at the moment for some reason. Maybe he doesn't like me. But Hobb sets the time there for 46 dead pretty much. Jelly Melly has retired from the session, not off to the good start. Smasher comes in with a 46.5. Let's have a look on board with Reggie. He's going through Lecum right now. Taking it, I was about to say taking it nice and gently until he did his traditional overdriving off the exit. Made a little bit of a mess, but he's going to keep going. He's not had the tightest turn 10. Not quite the tightest turn 11. I think he might back out of this. This is a bit of a scrappy lap from him. So I don't even have any of his splits. I think telemetry's not liking me today for some unknown reason. Probably down to the fact that I was in the race and now not. It might have confused it. But we'll start on board with Reggie. He's currently in mode 5. It's red fuel, so I think he's going to actually struggle to actually do an in-lap if he is not too careful. 117 so far. That's okay. That's on time. And we'll stay with him as he comes towards the final few corners to see if he can put up a competitive time. Did look scrappy at the top end of the track through there, Coombe. There we go, final two corners as Hobb retires from the session. He's not had the best start. That, I think, is an actual crash as a race. Back end doesn't like going where he wants it to go. He's going to come across the line with a 46.2, so well off the pace already. Not the best starting from him, as Leclerc is backing out of that. He's bringing that one straight into the pits. Ooh, a little kiss to the wall. Hopefully he's not picked up any damage there. Let's go with Rolkrook. He's down there currently in 11th, no time set, but he's on a lap now. He's actually getting a little bit of a tow here from Smasher, who gets out of his way, only just mind. And Crook then taking it into the final couple of corners to see what he can do. Did he get that tow from Stavlo? Is that going to help him? It's going to be a 45.364, good enough for P5. Right, no one currently out on a flying lap. A few people on outlaps at the moment. One of those is Tech Slave, down there in 15th. While we're waiting for this, I apologise for the screen because I caught a little bit out today. They started, believe it or not, they started on time, and it caught me out. I'm so used to not starting on time with league races nowadays. Let's go more quickly with DS. He's on a flying lap while we run through quickly the championship standings. Your current championship leader is Brownie. He's on 178. Just behind him, 10 points behind, is Mark. And Brownie's down there in 16th. Still no time set on the board. And with a wet race to be had, who knows what can happen. Mark currently holds pole. And that's what can happen if you don't get a time in. But we'll see how that goes. Nevid on 102 in third. Fair distance back. Well, Nevid's in a little race of his own at the moment for third. He's 66 points off Mark. And 42 ahead of Beefs there in second, although there's a little mistake on that screen because actually Raggy is on 62 points, Beefs is on 60. Raggy should be in fourth, not fifth. So it's 40 points on the nose. Raggy is behind Beefs, then it is Raggy's behind Nevid, sorry, then Beefs. Getting confused by this. One mistake on there, I get a little confused sometimes. Marino Roby in sixth, followed by Max, both on 42 points. Leclerc on 27 in 8th, followed by Rowe on 25, and Double G running at a top 10 on, ooh, that was close, on 19. And that is the standings for now. As DS is coming towards the end of his laps, just stay with him for a moment before I have to just quickly alt-tab to minimise the screen so I can see my telemetry. And DS coming around the final corners. What's he going to do? The line comes up relatively quickly. It is right about there. 44.4. And that is P2 then for the Racing Point driver. Not too shabby at all. Apologies for this. I just want to see if I can just fix that. I don't think that's going to work, but I can see overall times. I can see Mark has gone purple in all three sectors for his lap. No one else has got there just yet. But yeah, DS putting it P2, so decent lap from him. Let's go have a look at the Brownie, current championship leader. And he's a good result here if he wants to hold on to the championship lead. His rival is sitting at that top, as we mentioned earlier. And as times are coming in, we've got just shy of 8 minutes left. I wouldn't worry too much about flags at this stage, but we're already 4 drives down. I don't include myself in this. As long as Brownie puts in a time, I'll be at the back, which is all fine for me. So Brownie just using all that track he can. Turn 11, that is one of those corners that just make a small mistake, you can end up just touching the walls. We mentioned earlier, hopefully no one will do it today. It's quite similar to turn 16. If you just make a small mistake, go a little too wide, turn 16 is more of a fatal crash, and that it can quite easily end your race. Turn 11 not so much. We'll see turn 16 coming up here though. Brownie will go through it now. Look at the wall on the left, it just juts out, and sometimes if you just take a little too much curb and run out wide, that wall becomes your doom. You just touch it and it pretty much spells the end of your race, or at least some serious damage, depends how you hit it. Angles are very important. Brownie then coming around the final corner, straight shoot towards the line. What is he going to achieve? It's P2, 43.8. He joins Mark in being the only people in the 43s, has never crossed the line for P3 just behind them. Pavel's out on a lap as well. Early pace tester he was, first man out to set of time now. He's coming out again. He's down in 5th. And this track is looking incredibly dim right now in terms of the light. Forecast at the moment is overcast. Track temperature of 25 with an air of 17, so it's quite chilled out there. Not as chilled as it's going to be in the race though. We are expecting light rain from the word go, as Pavel puts it, P3, to be with his teammate up there at the front. Smasher is out on lap. Is he smashing it? He's up by a little bit at the end of the second sector. Was that the first sector? I believe that was the first sector, because this is the end of the second sector right about here. And he's up by half a second, so he's looking good. Let's see what can he achieve from this. Half a second will gain him only a couple of places. Hopefully, for his sake, he can find just a little more as Mark improves with a 43.1. Just to lay down that marker and try and ward off Brownie. Brownie is very much off the pace here today, unfortunately. Smasher coming through the final corners, bumping over those curbs. Now down towards the line, 5 minutes 20 to go. Smasher goes invalidated, I believe. That's a shame. He's looking good, unfortunately. One mistake has cost him that entire lap. Must have been on that final corner, hence why he didn't come into the pits after it. TechSlave is on an out lap, as everyone else, I believe, looks like they're on in laps. Rose making his own roads. Interesting. I bet he wish I didn't look at him at that precise moment of time, but anyway, let's just stay with him. Just see how many more roads he decides to make. Oh, that was close. Maybe now realises I'm looking at him, and he's going to drive properly. I have many pet peeves in this game. Doing those sorts of things on your in-lap or out-lap are one of my biggest, along with fixing the DRS. By that I mean deliberately going slow to let someone else through, and that is just desserts there for Rowe. Absolutely just desserts. I have no sympathy for him. No offence to him, but if you're going to corner cut to get back to the pits quicker, you deserve to find a wall. Anyway, on board with TechSlave, who is on an out lap, and hopefully you're not going to see any corner cuts from him. And we'll hopefully see a nice flying lap. We've got just shy of 4 minutes left of the session. So we'll stay with Tech, who's going to be doing one of the first laps. Double G's come out on a set of used soft tyres. That's either a very odd call, or he's run out of softs and has selected the wrong tyres for the race in terms of tyre allowances. But what's done is done. He's now just got to work with it. Yeah, as TechSlave is going to start us off then for his one of his last flying laps. He's going to get another chance after this. It is one of the longest laps on the calendar at 1 minute 43. I remember the old days when it used to be a 2-minute lap. That was a long time ago. Hopefully we'll see 2-minute laps in the wet, but we won't see 2-minute laps in qualifying unless it, as I say, unless it is wet. TechSlave get started as you go through Eau Rouge into Radiant, and just holding it through there nice and cleanly. Such a difficult corner, but at the same time it's such an easy corner. I'm terrible at that one. I always make a mistake there. TechSlave showing us how it should be done as we come up to Legume, turn 7, 8 and then 9. And cleanly through there he goes. He's come now down through Rivage. And then towards that turn 11. Is he going to use all of it? He uses most of it. Could have used a little bit more. But let's stay with TechSlave then as he's coming around the long left-hander Puon. Double left corner, but still officially only one corner. Again, there's so many corners in this track. They're actually quite difficult, but at the same time they're kind of easy. Puon's one of those corners that you carry a little bit too much speed in. Your back end says goodbye and you just spin round. But if you do it perfectly, it is a lovely corner to hang around on. It's quite similar, as say, to Rally, and if you get it right, it is beautiful. If you get it wrong, you are going into the wall barrier with no chance of walking. Well, with a very small chance of walking away. Well, at least recovering and getting back to the pits to change the nose cone. And TechSlave then coming up towards the line. Let's see what can he do. It's going to be a 44.5. Good enough for P8 at the moment for him. So Texofa's moved ahead of Leclerc, who's just started. Let's go back on board with Double G P10. At the moment, we've got 1 minute and 25 of the session left. It is coming towards twilight hour now. And Double G is going to come across the line. Is he going to improve? He didn't. He's down by 2/10. And that is him out. Then he's done with qualifying. He's going to be P10 at best. Let's see who is coming towards the end. DS has just started. Neved is up at the back end of at the top of the track. And so is Leclerc. So is start more with Leclerc. He's the furthest ahead driver. And let's see how he gets on. And this is Bill on. Look at this. Just keep. Oh, very wide. He's in mode 0. I think he might have backed out of this. And he's definitely backing out of this. Because that's a wall. That is the end of Leclerc's lap. And he now needs to get out of the way because there's going to be other cars flying through any moment now. With the lights of Neved just going straight past him there. Through that yellow flag. That is the end of Leclerc's qualifying. He's going to be P9 at best. But with only 3 drivers blown, that could leapfrog him. Well, 2, sorry. Because Double G's done. He might get away with being P9. Pavel's retired. He thinks P3 is going to be the best he's going to get. And Mark is currently the only person to have a purple sector to his name. He's hit purple in every single sector. No one can even come close to him here today. Is that a sign that he's gone for a very dry setup? And others have gone for a wet setup? We'll find out as Neves coming towards the line. What can he do? Can he move up? He does, up to P3. Where is DS? He's on his way towards the bus stop now. Can he get up there as well? We've got 2 cars ahead of him that are out. Doesn't take much to leapfrog him. And coming towards the line now. He does. He's up to P4. So Pavel and Rowe move on down. Beefs is going through P1. He almost did what his teammate did earlier. We will just having a look around, see who's coming towards the line. Let's actually start ball with current pole leader Mark. Although according to his sector 2 time, he is down on his previous best. What can he achieve though? Can he just a minor improvement is all you're going to need at times. As he comes towards the final couple of corners, Leclerc has retired. No surprise there after his incident. Mark then coming towards the line. Can he improve? He doesn't. But Brownie's, look at that. He's up by 3/10 already. Has he found plenty of time in this last sector? He's got Beefs just ahead of him. Might have given a little bit of tow along there towards chicane. Beefs going to come across the line. He's gone up to 5th. Brownie stays 2nd. Does improve, but doesn't move up at all. Raggy moved up to P10 up earlier as well. So there we go. Let's have a quick look at those final positions for you. And as you can see, Mark takes pole by 3/10 from Brownie. Neved and DS very close together there in 3rd and 4th. They'll be interesting to watch during the race. Beefs in 5th, followed by Pavel, Rowe, Tech, Leclerc and Raggy running at the top 10. Double G just missing out, followed by Crook, Smasher, Hob, Kai, Jelly Melly in 16th, and then me because I forgot to go spectator. Kai and Jelly Melly not setting a time unfortunately, so hopefully they've still got a good chance of getting something in the race. It will be a wet start to this race, so we shall see how they get on. I just need to remember that I need to retire from session. I'm not doing driving. I don't do driving. It doesn't end well for me. Actually, while we're here, let's have a quick look. There you go, full wet until the end of the race, according to that. So let's. I can't retire from session just yet. I think I need to wait. Apologies for this. This is completely my mistake. But we will get through this as soon as we can and get on into that race for you. I can't leave the session just yet. Come on. I can leave, quit to main menu, but I can't retire from session, so. Fortunately, I won't mess up anyone if I just sit here for a second. That's the one thing going for me. I can't mess anyone's race up. Right, can I retire from session yet? No, I can't. Still can't retire from session. Right, apologies for this. We can't really look at the formation. Hopefully, it will just send me to grid if I sit here for long enough. But there we go. Disqualify for a session. Yeah, unfortunately, I can't do anything about this at the moment. So let's just have a quick look. Everyone will be starting on those inter tyres. Hopefully, we're not going to miss anything come the race. No, so it's 20th. So yeah, everyone's going to be starting on inters. And hopefully we're going to still have a exciting race on our hands once I get... I'm just going to actually... Just in case this backfires on me. I was caught unaware that they were starting. It's not always that we start bang on time, man. As I say, it caught me out a bit. So we're just going to sit on grid while we wait for everyone to do a formation. At least we can see at the moment where they are. And yeah, once they are in, I'm in a Toro Rosso, interesting. So yeah, we will get this underway with as soon as we can. Apologise for not being spectator. Small mistakes. Mistakes happen, don't they, at the end of the day. Let's stick that up for a second. I'll just quickly go on to the constructors I didn't mention earlier. Current constructors leaders are Renault on 166 with Williams on 162, so a good battle developing there. Alfa Romeo on 98, followed by Red Bull on 82, McLaren just behind on 81, Mercedes on 64 with Rich Energy, or Haas, they're not called Rich Energy anymore, so they're called Haas, on 60 just behind, and just behind them you got the Ferraris, on 42 points the Toro Rossos, and on 23 you have the Racing Points. So we will be getting on into the race in a moment, and I've just seen Mark's left the session. Apparently he's just had a game crash. So hopefully, if they do a rehost, that works well for me. But we're just now waiting for all the drivers to take up positions on the grid. I will back out as soon as I can. Hopefully, I'm not going to miss anything. That is what's important, really. We do not miss anything. My idea is to actually crash out, so that could cause formation up. Safety car. Don't want to cause that. But we're now waiting for the drivers. Let's see. Can we retire? Not yet. We're just going to wait for the start, and I'll retire as soon as I can. I'm not going to even move. And retire from session quick. Yes. And can I go? There we go. Oh, no sound. So Mark leads through the first corner, but he's being taken here by Brandy, going down the hill, down towards Eau Rouge. But obviously Mark is not in game, unfortunately, so he's not able to really battle that much. Let's go further back towards the back end. Let's see how they're going up here. Hobbs a little offline. Vars a little offline as well, but Double G takes Hobb. Oh, big crash. Double G is out. Something's happened up ahead. Rowe is out as well. That's a loose wheel. That is such a hard hit. It's come off the tethers. And Double G is out. That is bad. And Pavel's out as well. What's happening is all kicking off here. We've got a virtual safety car. We just got everyone going really slow. Where's Pavel gone? He's completely annihilated somewhere. And we are still going. Pavel's straight out of the session. Raggy's dropping back a little bit. He's a little bit offline. Everyone's been caught out by this wet weather, I think. Quickly put up positions, gained and lost so far. So Vaz had a great start. He's up 8 places already on the back end of Raggy here. Smasher's looking to make moves. Vaz coming through the inside there of Raggy. That's a beautiful overtake. And there's a bit of wing I just saw go flying. That is off the racing point of DS. And looks like Smasher's got some damage. And now Vaz got some damage. It is all kicking off here. And it's looking like avoid damage to win a race here. Maybe Mark is in the best place by not even competing. Raggy's got some serious front end damage. That's 70% front right damage. He's on limp home mode, trying to get back without having any more incidents. Let's move a little bit further up. Let's have a look. Where's Texafe? He's got a lot of space in front of him. Leclerc's got a bit as well to Neved. And no surprise, there are going to be yellow flags all over the place at the moment as Brownie leads us away. Mark is in second. Has he managed to get back into the game? He is back into the game, so he's still there. he's just going to find it quite tricky as the pit lane is lighting up. It is going to be bad news. Disqualified for blocking the pit lane is Smasher. That is a big mistake there. He must have just made a mistake coming in and just parked it in completely the wrong place. Smasher is out. Where is Kai? Let's just double with him because I want to see how much he gets held up here because Raggy is in the pit lane. It's not too bad. It could be a lot worse, but he's now going to have to sit here and wait. There we go. He's now getting changed. And he'll be on his way out. But that has really made a mess of this grid already, which is not what we wanted. Raggy going to come out in P10 on the back end of a Ferrari. That would be Smasher still trying to get out of the way. And he has been disqualified. He's on his way out of here, really. Right, so... Oh, Crook making a little mistake there. Little Crook is a little bit offline. He's going to lose a bit of time to his teammate in front of him. He's just really struggling with those tires. Has he got any damage, or is he just really struggling with grip? Maybe he needs a little tweak on that front wing, just to give him a bit more front end grip. But he is already dropping out. Let's go back up to P4 and 5 as Beefs, Neved and Leclerc all battling out here for the last of the podium places. Still early doors, we've got no penalties to be applied just yet, so that's good. But we're only on lap 2. It doesn't always happen this early, but sometimes it does. And we're on board now with Neved, as he was chasing down the back end of Beefs, but now his Beefs teammate is closing up to the back of him, which is Leclerc. No DRS will be available because we are still under wet conditions. Oh, big mistake there for Neved. He's in the wall. He's got a lot of front left damage. And he is going to be losing a lot of places. His teammates got through. VAR nearly losing it. That was a well-held slide there from VAR in the Red Bull. And he is he's still going though, fortunately for him. As Rollcrook is in P8, just not too far behind him. And unfortunately, we started with 16 drivers. We're already down to 12, sorry, not down to 8 just yet. Down to 12 drivers, and this is only lap 3 of 22. But Neved is getting that front wing change. Maybe he's just going to get a little bit more front end added as well. You can make that change while you're in the pits, which could be useful in the current situations. DS is going to come round the corner. Is he going to come out almost alongside? No, he's coming out a bit ahead. So Neved isn't going to lose that place as well. But he's lost a lot of time considering where he was. And well, now he's got fresh tyres on as well, so he's going to just wait for those to warm up a little bit and see what he can do. And hopefully, over time, we all start to close up a little bit and we can actually have some battles. Other than the first lap incidents, we've not really had much in the way of battles. And we are down 4 drivers, don't include myself in that one. That's just me making a mistake at the start and not selecting spectator. But first lap incidents for Road, Double G and Pavel. And I believe someone spun, kind of similar to that with Leclerc. Leclerc has spun. Has he kept that out the wall? He just used a reset the track. Did he keep out the wall though? And let's see if we can get a good view of that front end. And that will give us an idea. Smasher, no surprise there, leaving the session. And looks like Leclerc kept it out the wall, so avoiding damage, but he's going to have VAR on the back end of him, and a slide like that can really warm up your tires. Just VAR has 44% front left damage. That's why he's struggling in some of these corners. Just doesn't have the front end grip that he needs. And his teammate behind him, I don't have numbers for his front wing, but it's looking okay. How much longer will VAR keep going though with those tyres? Just keep an eye on. I've got his telemetry, which is very useful, so it gives me a good idea when we expect to see pit stops. Pitting, I suspect we can see around for the leaders, but potentially probably lap 11 they're going to go halfway, or maybe they'll do lap 10 because once the fuel loads lighter they can do a little bit more in terms of laps. As VAR, no surprise there, picking up a 3-second penalty on turn number 5. That is a Radian, and that's the first penalty applied of the day, and it goes to VAR. And only a 3-second one, but not something he would have wanted. Well, again, having said that, the grid's not exactly tightly bound at the moment, so he should get away with that for now. Depends how the race progresses. He is the big gainer of the day. He's up 12 places so far to P6. He's had a cracker of a start. Obviously avoiding all those first lap incidents has really helped him, or nearly avoiding. He's only picked up a small bit of front wing damage that he's seeming now to be able to live with. Once you get used to it, you kind of know how to handle it. So, no action to speak of right now. Let's have a look at Mark. He did have a disconnection or game crash on the formation lap, which has caused him to lose a place to Browning, but based on his current pace, he's not going to be gaining that place back anytime soon. He's 1.8 seconds back from the race leader, and maybe he can try and do something. But, well, I was supposed to say Browning just put it in the fast lap, and then Mark beat it. Not by much. We're talking 1/1000th of a second, but beating it is beating it. I'm just looking at my data as well. These guys are lapping 2 seconds, nearly 2.5 seconds faster than Beefs in P3. They're doing 1:59.26. Beefs did a 2:01.638. So they are absolutely nailing it out there. They've obviously got the perfect setup for this weather, and they know how to handle the car when it's on the edge. We've seen a fair few spins already. I wonder if I'd say I wonder if we see more. We're going to see some more, that's for sure. It's not hard, as Rose left the session, no surprise there, after his DNF on the opening lap. Didn't catch all of it. We were on board with Double G as it happened, and we just saw him plough straight on into some carnage ahead of him. Unfortunately, we were looking at Browning versus Mark, though that was completely redundant because Mark was an AI. Hindsight's a wonderful thing, isn't it? But yeah, we're on board here with Beast, seeing how he's doing. He's got a long way to go though if he wants to close down the front runners. 11.5 seconds back after 4 completed laps, nearly 5 completed laps. At the rate he's going, he may end up being lapped, which could be an interesting one to see. Brownie's pulled out a whole second on this lap over his championship rival in Mark. Mark was 1.8 last time around, he's now 2.9. Let's just see the last lap times as Brownie comes across. There you go, look at the pace on that. 1:58.2, and Mark did a 1:59.5, 58.5, sorry, he did. Brownie did. Mark did a 59.58. So, just pulled out a whole second with relative ease as well. He didn't look like he's struggling at all as Leclerc picks up a 3-second penalty back there in 5th. That's not going to cost him anything just yet, but things change. DS also has a 3-second to his name. That at the moment won't change anything, but Raggy is still there. He may switch it up towards the end of the race. That may change things. We shall see as we go. So let's have a look further back. Just trying to keep an eye on gaps closing. Just wondering if DS is starting to close up a bit on Neved. 2.7 is the gap. And still he's dropping back now. It's 2.9 is the gap. So no battles just yet. I've been asked to look at Roll, who's struggling in the rain. There's no surprise. Most people are struggling in the rain. His teammate is also struggling with the front wing damage to his name. So still on board here with the Roll Crook as he's going round Pill 1. So carefully he has to take it. He's not full throttling, he's sticking in mode in gear 5. And just trying. He's definitely struggling in this weather, but at the same time everyone's struggling with this. Oh, Roller nearly rolling that one into the wall. Holding the slide beautifully. And see, does he lose any time to Neved? He's just lost a few tenths to Neved. Let's see if Never can catch up to the Red Bull man in front of him. 4.8 is the gap there. And I've just seen that Brownie is still absolutely flying out front. Again, he did a 58.8 compared to Mark's 59.5. B for comparison did 2 minutes and 0.8. So he is storming away as DS has retired from session. Where is that? Is that the fabled turn 16? Has he caught that wall? That's the wall there. And it doesn't look like it. Where's he lost this then? Still on board with Hobbs as we go through turn 17 up towards 18. Is it here? Just lost the back end. Oh, similar to that! Oh, Hobbs managed to survive. Just a bit of front wing damage. Where's Kai? He's on his way, but won't overtake him just yet. So where is this? It was that same corner. They've both lost it on the same corner. Interesting that. Let's see if Kai can not lose on that corner. And Kai survives. Yes, they both Hob and DS lost it on the exact same corner. Must have done the exact same or very similar type of incident there for those two. Hob, no surprise there, into the pits. He's going to have a new nose on that car. Let's go back to Neved as he's looking to hunt down Rockrook in front of him. So let's stay with him. 2.8. He's gaining and gaining and gaining. Last lap he was 2.5 seconds faster than Rockrook. Rockrook is not liking these conditions, and I think in his cockpit he's saying, please dry up, please dry up. I want to close down. I want to be in this race. But not just yet. Still, we're only on lap 8 of 22. This is going to be one long race when they are doing 2-minute laps. You can work out for yourself how long this race is going to be based on that. But let's stay on board with Never. 2.1 seconds. Let's see what the lap times are like. And it's 2.3 seconds back. Rockrook coming across the line now. He did a 3.196 compared to Neved's 2.20.7. So a fair gap closed up there. Also, Raggy is starting to close up as well onto Rockrook. Once Never gets past him, then Raggy will be about 10 seconds back, but gained about 1.5 seconds that lap. So if he can keep that up, he'll be there eventually. Well, he may fancy us. Well, Raggy's going to be stopping slightly later, so he's going to have a nice life for those tyres. But Neved looking to close up into the back of roll now, and we'll just finally see some overtakes, and hopefully it'll be a good overtake. And hopefully it won't just be a simple pass of a car that's facing the wrong way at that point in time. As Rockrook is really struggling for grip with these conditions. He's not liking it one bit. Apologies, I'm just rushing tweets. Kai picks up a 3-second penalty back there in 10th. Not going to cause too much when he's got 45 seconds away from Raggy. And we were going to start seeing, I think he's already been lapped actually. And no, Hob has definitely been lapped. I think Kai is on his way to being lapped at the moment. But Neved now within that 1 second window. No DRS though, as it is raining. And so he'll try and make use of the slipstream as we go through to start lap 9 for these guys. And he's most likely going to make the move on the come straight, but don't rule out a move beforehand. Especially if you don't get the drive off the corner here, he may fancy sending it before he gets to Eau Rouge. But too wide in Eau Rouge is not what you want to be doing, particularly in the wet. It's hard enough in the dry. But he's right there on the back of that Red Bull. There's a bit of a wobble coming off or going through Eau Rouge, Now Nevid has sized them up. He is in mode 4. He's going to look to make the move here on the Camel Straight in the slipstream. Oh, bit of a lag there. That's caught him out a bit, but he sends one down the inside, and he's not quite through yet. He's now through, and Crook can't really do anything about it, and he's back down to 8th place. Nevid starting to recover a bit now. He's only down 4 places from his starting position, as this rain is not looking pretty, not at all. So can Roll hang on the back of Nevid, or is he going to have to just almost give up this battle? And it's looking like he's not going to be able to keep on the back end, especially if you get a twiddle like that in the middle of a corner. Nevid didn't get exactly the best corner himself, but Rollcrook got an even worse one. And Nevid is now 3.4 seconds off the back of Var up there in 6th, so he Var with a bit of front wing damage as well to boot, as Mark comes in for his pit stop up there in 2nd place. And it's looking like a regulation pit stop beast will come through potentially. No, he won't. Mark is actually that far ahead of Beast that he's able to come in for the pit stop and come out ahead. As Leclerc comes in from P5, where's Var? Is he going to come in? We are getting towards that pit window. I was going to stay out for a little longer, and Nevid will stay out with him. Crook comes in. He's going to be coming from P8. He'll lose place to Raggy, but Raggy's going to lose a place to himself. He's not careful once again, just getting a bit too keen on the accelerator off that final corner. And just not what he would have wanted. He's going to be ahead though of Leclerc for now. Leclerc will be on fresh tyres. Speaking of tyres, let's just throw the tyre screen up. There we go. So Browning is your current race leader. 20 seconds ahead of Mark, but Mark is going to be on fresh tyres. And now if he can start carving a gap into Browning's lead, then he might. It's going to have to be a big carve to say the least. He might be able to get an undercut. It's not going to be an easy task. Simply because Browning is so quick out there today. And Nevid is actually up to the back end of Var. Let's go on board with Nevid as we come towards Pilon, where he made a mistake not that long ago. Let's see if he can make a move here on Var. Well, Var does have that front left damage, but Nevid, he runs very wide, very, very wide. He's survived. Somehow survived that. That was a big crash there for Nevid. Slid that one straight into the wall. Doesn't lose a place, but loses a lot of front wing. And he will be bringing this one into the pits most likely this lap. Well, he's going to have to bring it in this lap. There's no way he can continue with no front wing on that car. Raggy's going to take a relatively simple overtake. Probably now, actually, already. Look at that. Raggy is flying out the corner, and Nevid just can't even do anything about it. Almost just gets out his way, lets him through. Bit of lag doesn't help for him, but he's a bit on the grass there. He's got to be careful. No front wing could DNF if he's not careful. And let's see, this is where we saw Smasher now get disqualified. Just trying to get into the pits. He made a mistake and ended up blocking the pit lane. Ow! Nevid saw that wall and thought, no, I don't want to touch that. And he somehow avoided it. But he will now be having a nice long pit stop. So will Var. Var's had his pit stop, is already coming out now. Fresh front wing on that car. And Raggy's just not too far off the back of him. So if Raggy can step up the pace, he might fancy an overtake. But Var comes out right behind his teammate. Raggy comes out a few seconds back. And Browning is still to pit and the lead. He's only 19.6 seconds in the lead. And we'll keep an eye on Mark actually and see if he can close up. There's a yellow flag up here. Who's that? That looks like a Mercedes. That's got to be Kai. That is Kai. Browning's still not coming in. Is he thinking this is drying up? Does he think this is going to dry up? I can see his telemetry numbers. They are not looking pretty. Those rear tyres. They're going to start to be a little bit, well, even more slidey than they are already. But if he's happy driving like this, he's happy driving like this. I can't foresee it suddenly drying up in the next lap. but his back end is going to be starting to be a little bit twitchy as Mark sets down the fastest lap just to, well, he's just given a little bit of worry now to Brownie that he's just gone about a second and a half faster than Brownie. 18.8 seconds is now that lead as Mark managed to get the undercut here. It's a very long undercut. I'm keeping my eyes on those rear tyres of Brownie's car. They are starting to hurt. The little green sparrows on the bottom right. So that does imply that he should be coming in. And in traditional Brownie sense, he has underfueled the car. He may need to burn some of that fuel now if he wants to hold on to this lead. 18.5 is his lead. Is it going to be enough? We're going to find out. Hopefully this lap we'll find out. So 18.1 now, it's starting to come down even more and more. Brownie, has he made a mistake here by staying out just a little bit longer than he could have done? But he will have fresh tyres, much fresher tyres than Mark will. But with no DRS, he might not make the overtake. Oh, especially if you have a wobble like that in the middle of the corner, he's now less than 18 seconds ahead. Is he coming in this lap? He is finally coming in. He's realising those tyres are not happy. 17.7 is now the lead. Where's Mark to stick on board with him? And see, 17.6. Look at that. The gap is coming down. 17.5. It is going to be touch and go. Has Mark done enough to get the lead? Brownie is not even in his pit box yet. Mark is already on home straight. This is going to be a simple one, I reckon, for Mark to take the lead. Where's Brownie? You can just see him there. He just pulled out his pit box. It is going to be close. Round the first corner goes Mark. He is alongside, but he is now ahead. Brownie's going to have to do all the work now. He's down in second place. As we go down through Eau Rouge. Can he catch up to Mark? He's on slightly colder tyres at the moment. But he will now be on fresher tyres come the end of the race. And he's going to be staring the back end of that Renault. So a quick look further back, Reggie is touching the gravel and just losing a bit of time there to VAR. And he was looking close, but now he's not as close as he was. Having said that, VAR's losing time as well, so this could be a chance for Reggie. He's now less than a second behind. Up front, they're also less than a second. VAR makes a little mistake there on the approach to bus stop and on the grass as well. This could be Reggie's chance to take P7. VAR does have a 3-second penalty to his name at the moment as well. And Reggie's looking to make the overtake before we even get to La Source. He's going to try and send one down the inside, is he? He's not going full send, but VAR goes full let through. Or does he? He went very deep into the corner. Left Reggie space that he wasn't really entitled to, because he was nowhere near making the overtake. And now VAR's got it all do from behind. There goes the helicopter. Can we get on board with it? No, we can't. VAR, great exit off that corner. He's alongside Reggie, trying to go round the outside of turn 6 on the Camel Straight now. He's just a bit behind, but Reggie just has a bit more speed and pulling away. And VAR trying to find a cut back there. Unfortunately, he's not going to be doing anything with it just yet. Let's see if VAR can hold on, but he's got to keep off the grass. He's just losing time. Little mistakes like that. There's never a 3-second penalty back there in 9th. VAR's just touching the grass a little bit too much. And that's what's costing him as Mark goes fastest of everyone. With a 57.7. And Braggie's starting to pull away from VAR. As Brownie will be hoping to gain up to the back of Mark. Yellow in sector 2. Who might that be? Oh, that's a big one for Kai. That's not what was causing the yellow flags, but that is Kai in the wall. Massive front left damage, and oh, that's the end of Kai's race, unfortunately for him. As VAR DNFs as well. Double DNF. What on earth has happened here? There goes Kai. Where's VAR DNF? That was the sector 2. It's not ball with Hob. We're keeping an eye on that gap out front, but let's see what happened to VAR. Where was that? And that means we're down to 9 drivers left from the original 16. But that was a big crash there for Kai. We've all done it at that corner. Just a little bit too much on the curb. And we are still on board with Hob. We can see where VAR DNF is a long way ahead. Yellow flags were in sector 2, which is where we are now. Was that another pull-on crash? I suspect it might have been. And let's see, where is it? So keep on board with Hob for a little bit longer. Where is that crash? Is it here? No, it's not there. Interesting. There. So sort of on the exit then, a pull-on just a very long way down the road. But Hob gains an extra place. Let's go back up to the battle for the lead between Browning and Mark as we're coming towards the end of lap 14 of 22. The rain is still coming down. And what can Brownie do? He's just gone a little bit faster. He's set his fastest lap so far. And it's not that much slower than Mark's fastest lap, which was only a lap ago. And so Brownie is going to go up through Eau Rouge into Radian. And it looks good through there, but has he got close enough? He's got the slipstream. He's got mode 4. And he's got nothing here, though, unfortunately. He's just not close enough at this stage. And he's going to have to stick on the back end of Mark. Let's have a look at ERS levels. Look at that. 37% for Mark. 79% there for Brownie. And half a second to separate these two. Mark started at the front. DNF disconnected very early on. Unfortunately, that cost him the lead on the opening lap. He's managed to get back in and get the lead back off Brownie. But Brownie is giving it his all now to get this lead back off him. Brownie stayed out very long on the opening stint. Compromised himself as such. Mark got the undercut. And now looking good in the lead. What can Brownie do though? 3/10 back. Oh, a little wobble coming off there. That's going to allow Mark to pull away just a little bit. Has that meant that Brownie won't be making an attempt this lap? And Brownie is still closing up just a little bit. Just less than half a second now. And he needs to get the next few corners nailed to perfection. Mark goes very deep there into the bus stop. This is going to allow Brownie a great chance if he can get the drive that he needs. He's in that slipstream again. He comes off the bus stop, across the line, still just less than half a second. And he's still in that slipstream. 4/10 now is the gap. This is the corner. Get this right and you've got a chance. Brownie looks to have got that right. Still 3/10 now. He's closing up on the back of Mark. He's going to go through Eau Rouge into Radian. Is he going to get enough power to come through? He looks good. 3/10 is still the gap. He's in the slipstream, in mode 4. He's giving it his all. What can Mark do? He's in mode 2. He's almost given up this. And Brownie slides down the inside, but Mark brakes late. Holds the place. Thought that was a dead set for Brownie, but Mark, great defending there. Just holding it on the outside of turn 7. He knew he had the inside of 8 and made it work for him. As Hob comes into the pits further back in P9. We're on lap 16 of 22. Still distance to go. And just keep eyes on Brownie's tyres. They are looking good to the end. They're looking very good to the end, that's for sure. And so he will now size up Mark once again. Let's have a quick look further back. Raggy's looking to make moves here on Rollcrook. Rollcrook very aggressive across that line. Completely entitled to it. And now Raggy is going to be all over the back end of him. And he's going to go up to Radiant. Raggy backs off quite substantially there. Has that compromised any chance he had to overtake? I think it has. He's dropped so far back. He lost about half a second just on that one corner. And that means he's not going to be looking to make a move here. But looking to make a move up front. Brownie on the back end of Mark. Looking down the inside. He's not going to go for it just yet. He's going to sit in for now. He knows he's got a nice long Kemmel straight coming up. If he can just nail these corners, he has that chance. He nearly had it last lap. Is he going to have a chance this lap? We're going to see. Half a second. 4/10 now. He's closing up. hanging on the back end. Now he's still there. Half a second is the gap. He's in the slipstream. He's in mode 4. We're going to go through Eau Rouge and then up the hill to Radian. So important that corner to get it perfect. He looks like he's done it perfectly, but has Mark also done it perfectly? Branny's in the slipstream, still in the slipstream. He's got to go for a bit of a dive here if he's going to take this. He's trying to go around the outside. He looks like he's going to make it. And he has. He's managed to make that stick. Beautiful overtake there from Branny to take the race lead. But is Mark going to come straight back at him? Let's go down towards Rivage. Mark is looking down the inside. Branny says no. But Branny runs very deep. Mark comes back through. Branny can't do anything about it. And is back down to P2. Is he going to make a move here to 11? Oh, it's getting spicy. There are battles elsewhere. Unfortunately, our eyes are currently fixed on this battle. Let's have a quick look, though. Back to Raggy and Rollcrook. Raggy's looking. Rollcrook's defending. Raggy's trying to come back at him. He's not going to get him here. But he's just not. Oh, he's sliding all over the place. Coming off the corners. He's just not comfortable. It's a typical Raggy style of driving. Doesn't look out of place on a rally course. Just the back end kicking out on corners. And look at that, he's just sliding back as we go through Eau Rouge. And he just lifts off so much, and that is why. Oh, but in front, there's a bigger off. That's going to help him massively. He's in the slipstream. Rollcrook is a sitting duck. And through goes Raggy. He's very happy with that one. That is a gifted overtake. And did Rollcrook survive without any damage? No, he didn't. He's got massive front left damage. Easy overtake there for Raggy. He nearly made a big mistake, but then Rollcrook made an even bigger one, and he took it straight back off it. But Brownie now resuming his battle with Mark. 0.6 is the gap. Has come off turn 1. And Brownie just didn't look too keen coming off that corner. He's still there. Rollcrook's just lost the place there to Neved, so he's sliding towards the back. Here comes Brownie. Has he got the grip? Again, he's right there on the back of Mark. How is he going to do it this time? Last time he went around the outside. He's going for the inside this time. Is this going to work for him? Where are they? There they are. He's got the position, and that one looks more secure than last time. But it was this corner here where Mark got a great drive off. Brownie got a terrible drive, and Mark just went into the back of him. Nothing Brownie could have done there. He was in the right place, and Mark just unfortunately couldn't do anything about it and just nudged into the back of Brownie, and that is Brownie back up to the lead here on lap 18 of 22. It's all starting to kick off here. Brownie is now going to hold the lead, but can Mark up his game to stay with the Williams? Brownie current championship leader by only a handful of points from Mark, and this win will be very important for Brownie, and he has it for now. Quick penalty rundown. Not a lot of penalties for those who are currently in the race. Leclerc has a 3 second, and that is, oh no, it's 7th place. Neved has also got 3 seconds to his name. That is it for the drivers who are still in the race. There's a few others have penalties, but they are no longer in said race, as we are down to 9 drivers. Crook does pit. He's got pretty much a free pit stop to Hob back there. But now, can Mark do anything about the race leader? And look at that, Brownie just pulls away like he's on a completely different compound of tyres. And Mark can't do anything about that, but Brownie runs very deep into turn 1. Just going to allow Mark a little bit. But Brownie is just so much quicker, and he's just got past Rollcrook, and Mark is going to get stuck here behind Rollcrook as we go up. Radian, he's had to take evasive action. Brownie gets a 3 second penalty. Did Mark survive that 3 second? I think he did. Brownie got a 3 second. I'm not entirely what Brownie was for. Somehow Mark avoided any penalties. That was 100% Brownie mistake though. There was no car in the way at that point. Crook just got a bad luck there as he came out right in front of these two. Mark avoided the penalty somehow. He did massively off track there. And probably got hit with a big warning. If he gets a penalty on like the last lap, then it may get overturned. I say may, I can't tell for sure. That's not down to me. But Mark is now 1.2 seconds off Brownie. If I was Mark, I would up it just in case you do get a penalty. Because you're starting to fall back from Brownie. Yes, that back marker might not have helped, but you've still got to keep on the back end of the rear, back end of the front man. Nevid has caught up a little bit to Raggy. He may have a 3-second penalty to his name, but doesn't stop him from battling. 9/10 off the back end of the Mercedes driver, who's traditionally very slow through these corners. And there you go, you can see how slow he is. And that has allowed Nevid such speed through there. Raggy really needs to work out how he's going to do Eau Rouge, because he's just lost a whole load of time through that one corner. Nevid comes down the inside and Raggy lags behind him. And Nevid is through as Brownie goes fastest of everyone. And Nevid picks up another 3-second penalty, so good news there for Raggy. He's just got to stick on the back end of the Alpha and he'll have that one towards the end. Race leaders have started lap 20 of 22. Brownie nearly has a 3-second lead. Mark is all over the place in his attempts to get after Brownie. And he's going to lose time. He's got to be careful though. Brownie only has one penalty to his name. And he's 3/10 away from getting rid of that penalty effectively. Mark just needs to calm it down. He's driving a bit angry. His tyres aren't looking pretty either. They're looking a bit angry. They're going to hit that magical 70% before the end of the race, that's for sure. But has Brownie done enough to secure this win? He's managed to get past Mark after so long behind. But he does have a 3-second penalty to his name. That's the important part at the moment. Mark needs to keep it within 3 seconds of Brownie if he wants a chance of leapfrogging him. But looking at that time, it's just going up and up and up. It's now 2.9 seconds. One small mistake from Mark will cost him any chance of the lead. And that must be playing through his mind at the moment. Sector 1, yellow flag. Let's have a quick look at Hobb. It is Hobb. And he survived without losing any front wing. He may have lost a fair bit of time, but he's still got a full front wing. So does Brownie out front. And 2.9 seconds, it is right on the edge. Very, very on the edge now. And I think it might go over 3 seconds anytime soon. There we go. And this is looking like this could be Brownie's win. We're on 21 of 22. And it is looking very, very much like Brownie's going to have the win here. Let's watch him. See how he goes. Cool, calm and collected now. Spent a fair bit of time behind Mark. Got past eventually. Did pick up a 3-second penalty shortly after on Radian. But not too much to worry about for him. He is still 3.7 seconds ahead. As long as he avoids anything silly, he will have that place. Speaking of avoiding anything silly, Raggy is in a similar sort of situation. He's 2.1 seconds off the back of Nevid. Nevid has 6 seconds penalties to his name. Raggy doesn't have any, but one penalty can change everything there. He just needs to avoid that wall. I hate that wall. They get so close to it every single time, and it doesn't take much for someone just to clip it and make a mess of everything. As Raggy's 1.8 seconds off the back still of Nevid. And closing up a little bit actually now. And they are going to be starting the second to last lap for these guys. Race leaders are coming towards the end of their 21st lap. They'll be starting their final lap shortly. Let's have a quick look at Cap's leader. So at the moment it is just Crook and Hobb that have been lapped down there in 8th and 9th. But the important part is they are still in the race. They can still get points here today. And even if they DNF now, they will still be technically classified as they completed 90% of the race distance. And so Brownie starts firing up 4.5 seconds ahead of Mark there in second. Comfortable lead. Even more comfortable is their gap between them and Beefs. Beefs is 46 seconds back. It's almost like they're still having a little race of their own, and as it comes towards the end, it's almost looking like Brownie's in a race of his own. Mark was just in the way for a little bit, and it's definitely looking that way. Let's have a quick look at Raggy how he's getting on. He's not been lapped, so he's only on lap 21, so he's got another lap after this one, assuming Brownie doesn't put down some incredible pace and catch up, because he's a fair few corners back at the moment. And Tech Slave is in fourth. He has a 3 seconds penalty, same as Leclerc. He won't be gaining anything from Beefs ahead of him. Beefs doesn't have any penalties anyway, so he's not going to gain that. But let's keep on board momentarily with Reagan until we get towards the line. He just needs to avoid penalties. Those rear tyres are looking angry. 3.6 seconds is the gap. He needs to stay within 6 seconds and avoid penalties. If he gets a 3 second, then he will lose out a place to Neved, and he's actually got Hobb ahead of him as well, so he's going to get a bit of a tow from him. We'll come back to him shortly, but coming up towards the line, through Blanchimont comes Brownie. 6 seconds clear. Don't make a mistake there. 6 seconds clear of Mark into the final bus stop chicane. Taking it nice and easily. Don't pick up penalties. He should be okay anyway. Brownie comes to the line, and he's going to take a lovely win to add to his trophy. Roger picks up a 3 second penalty. Mark comes across second. Valiant effort from him, but in the end, not enough. As we switch up to be on board with Raggy, 4.5 seconds off the back of Neved. 4.7. Raggy is struggling now. He really needs to stay. His back tyres are cooking. I think he might end up with a puncher if he doesn't. If he's not careful, he's definitely going to lose the place here to Neved though. Neved is 5.7 seconds and now 5.9. Neved is going to secure P6 as long as Raggy finishes. He's teetering on the edge. This is where one of his best friends, well, one of his close friends, Beaker, had a puncher. Similar sort of situations to this. Raggy is not happy with his rear tyres. I can tell you the percentages. They are sitting at 80% on the rears. If he gets a puncher now here, he will not be happy. This is where Beaker had a puncher not that long ago. Well, quite a while now, actually. Raggy gets past that without destroying it. He won't gain a place, but it's still fun to watch him slide all over the place. And he looking like he will finish anyway. Unless he's a puncher on the exit of this corner, which would be fun to watch. He likes to jinx people. Raggy's going to get a puncher now. Oh, that's a shame. That would have been funny. But there we go. That is the end of the race. And, well, it is a thoroughly enjoyable race, to say the least. But standing top step of the podium is, once again, Brownie. What a race he had there. And we'll have a quick final rundown of those positions. As you can see, Brownie taking the win from Mark, followed by Beefs. Tech Slave in fourth. Beefs very much off the back end of Brownie at the end of the day, but so was everyone. Tech Slave fourth, Leclerc fifth, Neved sixth, Raggy seventh, eighth was Roderick, Hobb in ninth, VAR running at your top 10. DNFing though, so don't think he'll get any points. Followed by more DNFers for Kai, DS, Pavel, Double G, and Rowe. Smasher end up getting disqualified, unfortunately. But there we go. That is the end then of the Belgian Grand Prix. Join us next week when we will be in Italia. Some of us have recently been to Italy, but thanks everyone for being here. Join me again next week for the next bout of MRC.